Hey guys, and what's up? Welcome back to Dark Souls with Wiz. This is part 7 now, and Lord Raven, you have opened my eyes and let me know that I have explained pretty much nothing about this game. And I always forget the fact that this game explains pretty much nothing about itself, so I'm gonna go over and do that. First, I'd like to note that I made a huge mistake in the first 6 videos, and that was in how I spent my souls. I leveled myself as opposed to what I should have done, and leveled some of my items, which you can also do with the blacksmith. Like right now, I upgraded the Katana to a +5, and that's what we're gonna use to fight the gargoyles. I got the shield, which I'll explain the shield really quick. I like the shield because it's good for the beginning of the game, and thankfully from left the little mouse cursor. Here, the damage reduction percent, you can see all of the things that this shield will reduce in damage, and the physical is the one that we're interested in right now because it's a 100% reduction to physical damage. So as long as my stamina, which is determined by endurance, I believe, as long as I have some stamina, that damage that's physically, like a weapon hit or a melee hit, is going to be completely reduced. It's going to take completely away from my stamina and nothing away from my health, not house. In a gargoyle fight, you noticed that when, hopefully you noticed that when they were blowing their fire, this shield only has a 60% damage reduction to fire, so it would take away from my stamina and my health. So that's not good. I do know a location of a shield that has a bit of a better fire resistance. I'm not going to go for it because this video is all about getting stuff done, hopefully. But that's why I was taking damage. You can see that it's not that great for defending against magic or lightning attacks at all. And the stability is pretty much, my guess is how well it prevents me from getting staggered if I get hit by a pretty hard hit. You'll notice that tower shields have outstanding stability. If someone hits you with a hard attack, that shield's gonna persevere through it. You're not gonna lose your guard or anything. Over here, the shield's also got... What? That's a cool way to do that. It's so weird. I'm not exactly sure if any of this actually dictates what... as far as like how well attack stuff goes. I know a lot about the game, but I don't know everything. I should probably know some of the things that I don't know. Down here, for this part though, what that D is, which means is how well this weapon is going to scale. This represents strength, dexterity, intelligence, and faith. This shield does not scale at all through dexterity, intelligence, or faith, but it's got a D scaling in strength, which means as my strength goes up, this shield will do a little bit better in defending me. However, since it's D-scaling, that's a really crap way. It's not going to scale very well. If we fly all the way up to the Katana, though, you can see since I upgraded it, it's pretty good. If I used it solely as a shield, which is what you see here, it's not going to do too great. But as a weapon, the attack power is great on it. Critical 100, that's pretty much almost the norm. A few daggers will have a better critical, and what a critical is the backstabs. The backstabs and the ripostes that follow a parry. The higher the critical is, the better damage output you're going to get for those. And you can see this one has a B scaling in dexterity, which is pretty good for what we have right now. I'm not going to lie, right now, in the condition this weapon is for where we're at in the game, it is ridiculously overpowered. It's performing really well, and I have a feeling it's going to take us pretty far in the gargoyle fight. Added stuff down here. These are other effects that your weapon has, and what I really like about the Katana is this effect right here. That's a bleed effect, and what that'll do is as you attack an enemy, a little bleed meter will pop up for them. You won't see it, but if they were a player, they could see it, and the higher that bleed meter goes, it's basically a danger zone. Once it fills up, they get hit hard. It's a very hard hit, and the enemy bleeds. You'll notice that when I'm attacking some enemies, if they can survive through the Katana, there will be an explosion of blood with an effect and a huge health decrease. That's what bleed does. Over here, I'm pretty sure this is poison. One of these is magic, maybe, and I actually never see these two, so I'm not sure what they are, and I never actually go with them. I don't even really go with the poison. I'm always a bleed guy if I have it. Over here, you'll see durability, and durability is like any other RPG. Once this hits 0, your weapon's broken. You have to go get it repaired. I bought a repair box from the Dregling Merchant in, I think it was the last episode, or maybe 2 episodes ago. And what that lets me do is repair my own items at a bonfire, instead of having to go all the way to a blacksmith. Down here is weight as well. You saw that when I put on the heavy armor in the last episode, I couldn't roll very well. I'll demonstrate that really quick. Like, a roll, for me, is fast and quick. We're a dexterity-based character. We want a quick roll. I was going to stupidly go with the Elite Knight armor set, which, the roll on that, it's terrible. That's not all the time, though. That's just with my stats. If we go to the menu, up in the top right, which you can see, these are browse and use items, change equipment, view stats. Let's view our status. You can see our equipment load is 40.3 over 52. 52 is the max. If we go to 52, we're going to be slow, we're going to be sluggish, and just not perform well. I forget how low you have to keep your equipment load. I can't remember if it's 2/3 or 1/2 of the max is when you can roll well. I'm sure someone will correct me if someone who is more intelligent in the game with me. What I usually do is just put stuff on and guess it. I could make my time more worthy and actually calculate it all out, but I almost never do. I'm bad with that. As far as leveling goes, we're level 17. That's bad, honestly. We're way over leveled for where we are in the game. With my other character, I went through the Bell Tower Gargoyle fight. I used a straight sword, and yes, I'm a straight sword player. I play so much better with straight swords. I was probably level like 10 when I beat the Bell Tower Gargoyles, because I had a straight sword and I leveled it instead of leveling myself. So you see, I'm not well off where I should be. The souls, that's just our soul count. Covenant, we'll get into that later. Vitality, that determines how much health we have. Attunement, that deals with magic. The bigger your attunement is, the more spells that you can put on yourself at once. Like over here, our attunement slots, we have 1. If we were to level attunement, we would get 2, and then 3, and then 4, and it would just keep going. Endurance, it adds on to a whole bunch of stuff over here as far as defense goes, equipment load goes, and stamina. It's primarily stamina, though, I believe, is what you would use endurance for. Strength is for weapon scaling. It'll also do equipment load and a few other extra stats over here, like magic defense, flame defense, lightning defense. How well your slash attacks will do, your strikes will do, and your thrusts will do. Dexterity also goes with how well these attacks will do. Resistance is all about resistance. Your physical defense, your magic defense, your flame, and your lightning. How well you'll be able to defend against bleed, poison, and curse. Not many players up resistance. You can. I don't ever do it. I'm usually always at the base. Intelligence will govern, again, magic stuff. The more intelligence you have, the more spells you can learn and everything like that. And faith goes with miracles. And then you can see our humanity count. Another little thing that's in Dark Souls that is nice is poise. The higher your poise, the less chance you have of being staggered. So like if I'm mid-attack and I have low poise and someone hits me, I could falter that attack, I could lose my shield. But if I have a high poise, that attack's going to persevere, it's going to go through and it's going to hit them. Right now we have pretty low poise. You'll see everything drop pretty much when I put on my Wanderer set again. I want to show you. That was an accident. I actually wanted to keep my health down, dang it. Oh well. As you can see, our equipment load went down to 22 over 52, and our poise is 0. So, not doing too well on poise, but we can roll. So, we have to rely on our rolls. That's another thing, Lord Raven. See, we're at a bonfire. You can see other players. Those are the ghost guys. He's got the Drake sword. That's the Drake sword, if anyone's wondering. But yeah, when you're close to a bonfire, you can see there are ghosts. If you see any other ghosts walking around, those are actually other players. And this little thing right here, we can toggle it, read the message, you guessed it, be wary of bonfire. I don't know why we're being wary of bonfire, but players can leave messages for other players. It's just little helpful stuff. Now, and you also asked about bonfires. They save your progress, like I said. If I die, I'll pop back at this bonfire. However, it resets all the enemies. So when I sit down at the bonfire, I have to be wary that every enemy that I killed is now back, except for certain ones that when they're dead, they stay dead. But I'm going to show you why a bonfire is useful, and this is why I wanted my health down, because I'm going to use the humanity here. And now my humanity meter popped up. I have 2. We're going to kindle this fire, and you always need 2 humanity to kindle the fire if you're in your undead form. If you're human, you only need 1 humanity. And I'll explain that why also, because you need 1 humanity to reverse your hollowing. And being hollow is what we are, and you'll see I'll look much healthier in about a second. There. Now I look like a human. And you can only kindle a fire when you're a human with 1 humanity. So let's kindle it. And what kindle it does is, watch my Estus flasks. They pop up to 10. Now anytime I sit at a kindled fire, my Estus flasks are going to go to 10 as opposed to 5. If I sit at an unkindled bonfire, my Estus flasks will stay at 5, and that's where they'll go. Unless you have like 8 Estus flasks and you sit at an unkindled bonfire, you'll stay to 8, you won't get 10, and you won't go down, you'll just stay at a normal number. Now, I didn't want to go human a lot in this playthrough because when you're human, you can get invaded by certain items. We actually have one of those items now. Let me go take a peek at it. Cracked red eye orb, invaded another world. That could happen to us. That's not good. The white sign soapstone, that's leave a summon sign. That means we can be summoned to help somebody actually play the game. And in this one, if we summon somebody to our world to help us play the game, we can banish them if we don't want them anymore. Say, you did your part, I don't want you anymore, goodbye. A few of these other ones are like reduce bleed build up. A lot of the items I don't use. They're handy, but they're just not amazing, you know? Anyway, this video ran long, and we explained a lot. I explained a lot, I guess. This is Andre, the blacksmith, by the way. I want to show you one more thing with him.
Well, you seem to need anything forged.
I don't need anything forged, but we'll learn a jester, which is hurrah. And jesters are just nice little things. Shut up. Let's use the hurrah. We switch it out to hurrah. And hurrah. You just learn them. They're nice little things to, like, if you're PvPing or something. Usually the most common thing to do when you PvP is bow to a player. And then you start the match. Other than that, they're not really useful for anything. Let's go repair my katana real quick, and we'll work our way up to the gargoyle. I hope I went over most stuff. It doesn't actually cost a lot to repair stuff, by the way, as you can see. It's usually pretty cheap, unless it's pretty beat down like the scimitar is. Just repair it all. And our armor, for sure. It just loses effectiveness if it breaks. Mr. Bowman, what's up? So it's just nice to stay on top of your armors. Hopefully, I wish I still had that electric buff, because if I had that with a katana, we could probably knock out these gargoyles in like 4 hits, which would be amazing. We're going to have a bit longer of a fight going on. Luckily, I practiced with my other character a little bit, which is funny, because on my other character, I beat them on the first go, also. And stop knocking on. I guess I should go over that too. You can see the little circle, that's just a lock on. You do that by hitting the right stick in and out, and it just locks on your opponent. You can switch it by moving the right stick if there's multiple enemies. Just something to know. 264, did you see that hit? That was good. Dang it, I wanted to show you guys that. You saw that white sign right there. That was actually to summon another player to help us fight the gargoyles. I wish it would have come back. I would have shown you what it looks like, but there it is. That's a summon sign. And to touch a summon sign would be to summon a new player. That's what the player looks like. I can tell he already killed the gargoyles because he's wearing a gargoyle helm. So he's pretty well off. He almost looks like he's been to Sen's Fortress even. I don't know what that was. Ah! Wow, that was weird. We got another Estus flask. I thought that usually only happens when you sit around a bonfire. I've been noticing it happening a lot further away from them though, which is weird. You saw that little circle there too. That was actually another thing. When a player can use a miracle in his world, sometimes it transfers to your world, leaves a white circle, and that actually boosts the power of your miracles. Just something to know. Alright, and I'd show you guys this too. We got the kick. The kick. I kicked him. And he's defenseless. Let's do it again. You shielding? Oh, kick. Oh, you blocked my kick, sir. What a dick. Dick to block my kick. Alright. Let's use the katana. Why not? I'm going to end this video when we get to the gargoyle doors. Just to have them. Let's hope to hit 2 right there. Yeah. Gotta love that thrusting attack. That's why I like straight swords. They have a thrust and a wide arc. They're just versatile, basically, and I like that. Yeah, swung when I shouldn't have swung, sir. Okay. Climbing up the ladder. And you're gonna see another summon sign here. Right there. That's Lautrec. If you remember the guy that we rescued, you can see him. Right there. And he can help us fight the gargoyles. You can summon him, and you can summon Night Solaire, who is the creepy guy that gave us the white sign soapstone. His summon sign is right here. It's gold. It's because he's part of the Sun Bros. We're not gonna summon either of them. And I'm going to end this video here because we're outside the gargoyle door. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you learned more about Dark Souls. I'll go over more stuff if I remember it as time continues. But until then, I love ya. Later, guys.